episode 6. It's called Garbage Can, not Garbage Cannot.
You're listening to the very best podcast in the world on health, wealth, and happiness. Please remember to leave a review and share with all your friends and family. And here is your host, Lars Hilser.
My God, this is beginning to sound more and more like Batman. Good morning, good evening, good night, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you've had a good weekend. How was your homework? Well, let's not call it that. That will inevitably, dwell up bad memories. Was the exercise all right? Did you come up with, the things to focus upon on the things you can influence? And did you have setting fire to those you can't? Wink. Okay, I'm going to take away that wink. That was cheesy. In this episode, I think we're going to go for a stupid joke of words. I'm missing the English translation, to be perfectly honest. The show's name is not misleading. It's more, like I said, a play of words in that many years ago, I was on a trip, on a consulting assignment, and fell insignificantly ill to a degree where I wasn't really sick, but I needed a medicine man to write me a prescription for some medication that I needed. And my client recommended this Indian doctor to me, and he had a practice in the city, so I went there. And this dude was good. He was quite quirky, but his history was kind of dubious in that he would constantly talk about how the caste system was still a thing in India, and this must have been around 2009, 2010. And I was like, wait, we're kind of abolishing everything that has to do with discrimination, and you're honestly telling me that there's still this thing out there. And it was a long story that he had to tell, and he was quite a laid back man in his early 50s maybe, typical Indian dude, with the orangey curry color skin, which he referred to that himself, and he had a glorious mustache in his face and clean haircut, clean clothes. The dude was impeccable, and the stories that he was telling about the caste system and how it was influencing him and his family just didn't really fit the picture. I was on that assignment quite a long time, so I got a few more run-ins with him on minor issues that you just have when you are over 30. And long story short, it was maybe on the third or fourth visit that he kind of got an idea of what I was doing in regards to the assignment that I was on with my client. And he would go on about the discrimination and how it was affecting the life of his son, in that he wasn't free to take a job that he wanted or to later exercise a profession that he desired, because they were born into one of the lower castes in India. And I found that very disturbing, in that I tried to motivate him and tell him about what possibilities his son had on the internet, developing whatever business that he thought would be interesting. And he was totally flabbergasted by the idea. But then, I don't know, a week later, he called me up and was totally proud that he had spoken with his son, and his son had explained to him that there was such a thing as a video game tester, and that he was totally apeshit about becoming a video game tester now. And I was like, okay, listen, that's not quite what I meant, because that's, becoming a video game tester is pretty much the same thing as winning the lottery twice. It's a dream job. It's insanely difficult to get your hands on, and you just have to waste your entire life on playing video games, which kind of destroyed him, but which showed another important and disturbing factor, in that due to his isolation and the limitation the son was experiencing towards the outside world and the possibilities that it gave him, the only thing that this kid could come up with was becoming a video game tester. He didn't even entertain the idea of building an e-commerce portal, or earning money through affiliate programs, blogging, or whatever. No, it was video game tester. And I later found out that it was a bug that was implanted into his brain by one of his buddies, who had read on a WhatsApp chat that there was this guy traveling the world, testing video games and playing in contests and whatnot. That made me kind of sad, but kind of brings me back to the episode of last week with the insane asylum, and the importance of parents or other guardians, and how to influence their kids positively, in that kids need to be shown out, need to be shown outside the village, need to be shown what possibilities the world has to offer. The world has to offer. Yeah, that was correct. And that was true for Pops, Dr. Pops as well. And he failed to do so. He let his kid, who was influenced by his kind, into and was led into a dream world, which, you can fight for it and everything, but daddy wasn't making shitloads of money. I mean, he was abroad. For some reason, he had attained his medical degree somewhere. I wasn't certain, but at least he was giving me the prescriptions that I needed. And so he couldn't provide him with the latest gaming technology that you definitely need to be up to speed on video games, because it's not going to be sponsored by anyone, at least not that I'm aware of. And so it was like a really interesting conversation. However, and this brings us back to garbage can, or why it's called garbage can and not garbage cannot. The internet has given everyone equal opportunity to start trading products, to start, being an ingenuitive criminal. Shouldn't be saying this, but crime on the internet pays still, significantly well. Just trading or producing music or whatever it is. At the end of the day, the distribution channel that is available to pretty much everyone equally is just that. It's equal business opportunities for everyone around the globe, without any castes influencing your career, without any prejudice towards the seller, and so on and so forth. So there's a good chance that you could be on your way to at least build a second stream of income for yourself, if the first one isn't really cutting it, and doing that from the comfort of your own home. That being said, considering the caste system, this kid was considered garbage. And that's where I just found the word game so cool that, it's not garbage can, it's garbage cannot. And considering that the caste system considered him garbage, I think it was a good idea for him to break free of that. To close the story, a few years later, I talked to Doc Pops, and Doc Pops told me that the kid had found his way to start writing blog posts through what was then like a pre-Fiverr platform, I guess, and didn't make a lot of money, but it was okay for him to support his family, and hopefully later on, when his own family comes along, maybe he will be able to expand the business. I don't know. I've kind of lost touch. I think I'll get back in touch based on this. I'm still missing photos of Friday's exercise time. I've received 5 so far, so thanks for that. I think there were about 11 or 12 feedback emails, so keep them coming. And in that sense, have a successful week's start of the week, whatever. If you have already had a successful start into this week, then sleep well. And I shall be back with you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned.